Wagwan people, so let me try and make this quick. So I came down here Fort Lauderdale to MC an event, you know, cause the MC thing take time to take off. So if you want someone to MC your thing, book me, right? Anyway, so in places like Fort Lauderdale and Miami, people come to spend, right? Spend what they have and also spend what they don't have. The thing about Florida, especially South Florida was built on drug money. Even when the US was telling other governments in the region to make certain drugs illegal, Miami was flourishing from it, and South Florida by large. And so if you come here or if you live here, you will want to spend like others, but there is money down here. There are people with them dirty money and people with them clean money, but there are people come here with borrowed money. When I say borrowed money, I don't necessarily mean borrow from somebody. I mean like money that's allocated for things, whether them not allocated or not, but money that should be used for more things which are needed, necessities. And I was reading a journal the other day that spoke of affordability versus just purchasing, and it was saying that historically blacks do spend more than they can afford. It's just facts. Black spend more than they afford, and it's not because it's first of all, it's psychology. The psychology behind it was that after slavery, right, when blacks started to earn money, they felt this need to buy things to make up for what they can't have in society, which is status as a person. So they bought things to feel better because society would never accept them as a person. So they believe their purchasing power would make them a person. So the psychology behind it is that how to market to black people back in the days was with bling bling, shine, you know, dazzle, bedazzle and thing. Because if for a couple hundred years your ancestors couldn't afford certain things, you're gonna try to make up. You're trying to make up, and they knew that black people want the best of the best, even if you look shiny and thing, because them new money is new money. So they targeted ads like these with things that they can't afford, things that it's gonna cost most of their money, but they know they're gonna buy it because they need that self-value, self-worth. So marketing to black people has always been like that. Now you see the rappers them, you realize that the rappers them, you're not the positive rappers that get bust like a Common or like a Lauryn Hill, because the record industry doesn't want to sign artists who want to sing about positivity and self-upliftment. They know that the way to get to the black market is through the rappers. So they sign rappers who are going to wear them bling and chain and thing, who can afford it or cannot afford it. So when other black people see this, they want to attain that because that is their notion of wealth and success, bling bling. So in their mind, well, bling bling and bright, that's your notion of success, which is wrong. So they know that a black person will spend what they don't have to purchase something that they don't want, what they don't need, they only want it. So having said that, we need to understand that the way to end, you understand, cross-generational poverty. And first of all, me never have money, and me never grew up with money. I've never had money in my life like that. So you understand, me can speak on my humble roots. Me not have money yet. Maybe one day I will have it. But simple as this: purchasing something, that means they can afford it. Affordability is more a sustainable concept, which means that after you buy this, you can still afford to pay all your bills and so. But as black people, we don't care. We don't look at afford. We believe that if me have the money, me can buy it. If you have something to buy something, that does not equate to being for it being affordable. You understand? You're not affordable, you buy it, but you can't afford it. So you can buy things that you can't afford, because purchasing is a short-term concept. Affordability is a sustainable long-term concept. As black people, in order to break the poverty gap, we have to break it down with them. Say, you don't need that, don't buy it. You have to invest your money in something else. You don't need a $250 pair of shoes what celebrities are buy. Rapper them a buy it. Rapper them a get money for do that. You don't have the money, don't buy that. You understand? Don't buy one couple $100 chain, you don't need it. You understand? You shouldn't care what people are saying. Have You have to, even if you want to buy stuff, buy things that when you buy it, you can afford other things. You understand? And we have to read financial journals. We have to read things to know how to escape the cycle of poverty, which has entrapped us for years. And it's not our fault that we are behind. It's not our fault that we are behind. We're held behind for years. But they knew that after we got free from slavery, the way to target us was to buy bling bling and bedazzle and thing. And we fell for it. And we're still falling for it. All those rappers you see out there getting signed, you think it's accidents to all them have a bling bling and chain and car and something? In accident, that's what they want. Them know say black people are gonna buy them things that them see it from them people there. Cause that we want to feel self-value, because we don't feel no value in ourselves, you understand? Whenever you see a black person who is very frugal, and even successful ones who buy a car, buy a nice car but not too much, wear nice clothes but not too much, that person understands financial independence and how to invest and how to buy things that they can't afford and not just things that they want. So I don't want this to be a long thing, but I just want to say as a black people, let us try to think of it. If you're going to buy something, make sure, oh, this Parmesan, Jesus peace, all this. Oh, me there is some tractors. If we're going to buy something, make sure that you can afford it. Because we don't always can afford things that we purchase. Purchasing is a short-term thing. Affordability is a sustainable, long-term definition, all right? So pick up on yourself, yeah? Yeah, man, open learn lesson today, because you understand that's all I have for you guys. You understand? And read financial journals. Read the history of marketing to black people. Marketing to black people are $1 billion industry where they invest money and psychology and science into. Look over here, black people. Bling bling. Buy that. Yes, more on that. So look into it, alright? Brothers and sisters, pick up on yourself. One love. This is Raul Blaze. Yes, sir.